Hi guys, Remag19 here, and today got a little bit of news for you. The patch notes for the latest update have been released. Well, actually, they were released a few days ago. Completely forgot to make a video about them, but here I am now. Let's see what this update brings. So we have patch 7.12, and the first new thing is Brawlhalla x Tekken. We have 3 new epic crossovers: Devil Jin, which is a crossover for Zariel; Nina Williams, a crossover for Lucienne; and Yoshimitsu, a crossover for Jiro. Stay tuned for a video showcasing them later. Then we got a new emote in Tekken Arcade Cabinet, which is a buddy emote, so like teammates and opponents can emote next to you, and also you have a special effect where some legends don't quite know how to play the game, so you can get those special effects. We got a new KO effect, the Panda Slam, some new avatars. Here those are. And some new emojis. Pause if you want to read those, by the way. The event also the Brawlhalla X Tekken event also includes a free first dan title for logging in during the event. A new 1v1 map, Mishima Dojo, a new volleyball map, Tekken Brawl, a new splash art, new theme, a new main menu character select and victory theme music, and a daily login bonus of 250 gold per day. The Brawl of the Week is Tekken Brawl, which is basically just volleyball in the new map. Then 2v2 volleyball. We've got a new test feature, and so a new gadget for experimental, Sticky Bomb. And essentially how it works is that you have a sticky bomb, you pick it up, you throw it, and you can stick it onto yourself or your opponent. And then it stays stuck on there for like a few seconds before blowing up. Let me showcase it to you in game. Okay, so this gadget right here is the Sticky Bomb. And essentially how it works, you pick it up and you can throw it onto yourself or an opponent. Let me try and show it onto myself. Bam. Stays on there. You can stick it onto someone else by running over to them and it blows up. Pretty fun new gadget coming to the experimental queue for now. Might graduate soon though, who knows. We now have 5 new emoji slots. So these are the emojis. 1 more. Cry, heart, sweat, and looking good. And there's some alternate emoji skins to Brawlhalla. So here those are. So the Skyforge and Goldforge skins. Now, balance patch, here we go. So first of all, battle boots. So the battle boots slightly decrease maximum allowed backwards acceleration. So basically, if you do the set on in the air and you miss it, it's like you can move. You're not allowed to move. Like you can't move as fast backwards as you used to be able to before. So it has like less drift essentially. But recovery did get buffed. So increased force from 50 fixed 41 variable to 60 fixed 42 variable. Now blasters. Oh, got a pretty heavy set of changes. First, so let's see. Neutral light decreased damage from 17 to 15. Side light, decreased damage from 16 to 15, increased total recovery time on miss from 12 fixed 9 variable to 14 fixed 9 variable. Neutral air, decreased total threat coverage and increased time to hit from 8 to 10. And blaster and recovery, decreased force from 52 fixed 43 variable to 50 fixed 41 variable. So essentially, neutral light deals less damage, side light deals less damage, and has more recovery frames on miss. Neutral air is smaller and takes longer, to initially the attack to initially come out, and the recovery has less force. Bow Sare decrease hit window from 5 to 4, so that means I think that means that there's like 4 active frames, so less of a chance to actually hit the attack. Increased total recovery time on hit from 1 fixed 22 variable to 2 fixed 22 variable. So that like if you hit the move, you have a few more recovery frames. Increased recovery time on miss from 5 fixed 26 variable to 6 fixed 26 variable. So now it has more recovery frames on miss as well as on hit, which is a interesting change. I've never seen any move gain more recovery frames on hit. Cannon neutral light. So cannon neutral light increased total recovery time on miss from 13 fixed 9 variable to 15 fixed 9 variable. And decrease threat coverage of the second blast on hit. So cannon neutral light has more recovery frames on miss, and the second blast, if you do manage to hit it, has a smaller hitbox. I think that's for 2v2s to prevent people from like catching others with the second hit blast of the neutral light. And Dare, increased size and threat coverage of the grounded version. So the grounded version of Dare is smaller. Gauntlet's Sare, decreased stun of the final hit from 20 to 18. So the second hit has less stun on Sare. Hammer and Light, decreased total recovery time on miss from 6 fix 13 variable to 4 fix 13 variable. So neutral light has less recovery frames on miss, so it's now faster. Katars. Neutral light increased recovery time on miss from 7 fix 12 variable to 9 fix 12 variable. So neutral light has more recovery frames on miss. And Katar neutral air. The Katar air slightly decreased allowed acceleration during attack, moderate decreased acceleration on miss. So Nair basically has like less drift in the air. Rocket Lance Downlight, greatly increased maximum allowed angle of directional influence when struck by repeat instance of this attack in a single combo. So this is in twos. If you have two lances and you just do downlight, 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 downlight between like the two lances over and over again, there's a thing that called directional influence, which basically is like if you get hit by the same moves over and over again, you can actually like press your joystick to change which direction you get knocked back, so that you can escape the combo. So now you can do that better with the downlight thing. And Scythe Nair, increased recovery time on miss from 7 fix 20 variable to 9 fix 20 variable and 3 maximum allowed acceleration on miss. So Nair has less drift and more recovery frames on miss. Now, the signature nerfs. Cross. So Blasters, Side Sig, decreased force from 45 fix to 54 variable to 45 fix 49 variable. So Cross Blasters Side Sig does less force. His down sig on blasters, decreased force again. So from 65 fix 50 variable to 60 fix 48 variable. End sig on gauntlets, decreased force from 60 fix 45 variable to 55 fixed 44 variable, and increased minimum charge time from 13 to 15. So it takes a bit longer to initially for the attack to initially come out. Nash. Side sig on hammer, increased force from 60 fix 56 variable to 62 fix 57 variable. Magyar, down sig on hammer, increased force of the aerial strike from 60 fix 44 variable to 60 fix 46 variable. It's like the aerial strike, the initial first down aerial strike on the attack has more force, and increased force of the ground splash. So when it hits the ground, it has more force. 65 from 65 fix to 55 variable to 65 fix 56 variable, and increased damage from 24 to 27. So Danzig. Both the air version and the ground version have more force, and it deals more damage. Down Scythe. So Mirage's down sig on Scythe deals less damage from 27 to 23, and is a bit smaller. And a down sig on Spear, increased minimum charge time, so it takes a little bit longer to come out for the attack to initially come out, and it deals less damage from 25 to 23 again. Onyx Side Cannon. So Onyx Side Sig on Cannon, minimum charge time is increased to 14, from 12 to 14. Total recovery time on miss from 26 to 28. So it takes a bit longer for the attack to come out. You have more recovery frames on miss, and it has less force from 72 fixed 53 variable to 65 fixed 50 variable. So the big decrease on the force there. Anything on gauntlets, just decreased force from 75 fixed 54 variable to 65 fixed 51 variable. Again, a big decrease there. Side sig on gauntlets, decreased force from 65 fixed 54 variable, 60 fixed 50 variable, but increased total damage from 24 to 26. So it has less force, but it deals more damage, just to rebalance it. And down sig on gauntlets, increased minimum charge time from 10 to 12. So again, takes a little bit longer for the attack to initially come out. Red Raptor's down sig on boots is increased total recovery time on miss for the grounded version from 18 to 20. More recovery frames on miss for the version on the ground, as well as the version in the air, because Red Raptor's down sig does have two versions, on the ground and in the air. Reno's down sig on orb, the aerial version has more force from 54 fix 42 variable to 58 fix 46 variable, and the ground version 65 fix 50 variable, 65 fix 54 variable, and increase damage from 22 to 25, and normalize the knockback angle of the first frame to no longer bounce opponents into the ground. So I think the very first frame of the grounded version signature, knocked people into the ground. So now they've make sure that it no longer does that. Teska's down stick on boots, a slight decrease to coverage most at the rear. It's like the very back of the attack is a bit. I saw it on the video that they removed one of the frames and made the other frames a bit bigger. So basically, it's like a smaller hitbox at the very back to stop people from like getting hit from behind. Down stick on axe has more recovery time, 24 to 26 variable. Variable, where did that come from? And finally, Wu Shang's down stick on gauntlets deals less damage, 27 to 24. And side stick on spear, it has decreased force from 63 fixed 50 variable to 60 fixed 49 variable. So some game improvements. So now you can rematch in strikeout 1v1 queues. The initial weapon spawns on Halo and Small Terminus have been adjusted, so that so on Halo the weapons spawn lower and closer to the center, and in Small Terminus spawn further out and higher up. The downward aerial attack consistency, which is so like if you hold down attack in the air, if you hold there for more than 4 frames, you go right through a platform. If you hold it for less than 4 frames, then it does the down attack cancel. Has now graduated. Out of jumps recovery is removed from test features and the controls window. Lucian's N-sig and side sig on blasters and N-sig, side sig and down sig on Katars have all had updated and modified hitboxes. So yeah, N-sig on blasters has updated the hurt box to better match the animation. Side sig on blasters updated the hurt box to behave more consistently when struck by multi-hit attacks. N-sig on Katars updated hurt boxing to better match animation. Side sig Katars modified hurt boxing to behave more consistently. Down sig Katars modified to behave more consistently. And Onyx's down sig on gauntlets again modified hitbox. So basically the hitbox have just been for all these signatures have been adjusted a little bit. Art and animation, fist bump emote works in both directions. Like previously you could only like face to the right and fist bump, but now you can face to the left as well, which is a relief. And adjust the initial legend spawn animation to fix graphical issues. Okay. I don't understand that. Honestly. Psychic layering, psychic carry players are laid behind. Okay, so yeah, active play, like, it used to be that some sidekicks were, like, really, really big. Like, some sidekicks are, like, Appa are really, really big. So, and the active players that were not getting, like, respawned used to, be behind the sidekicks. You couldn't see yourself if you jumped up behind the sidekicks. So now you're in front of the sidekicks and behind them. And, the rest of the things. New Prime coming is the Prize Fighter bundle. You get Prize Fighter Cross the skin, you unlock Cross, and you get the Heavyweight Gauntlets weapon skin. Now the free-to-play Legend rotation for this week: Koji, Caspian, Bryn, Munin, Arcadia, Thor, Lin Fei, Val, and Lord Rax. And that's everything for this update. So thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all the YouTube stuff. I hope you found this video informative. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!